What's up, casuals? Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I wanted to go over how to install HCFR, a free display calibration software for Windows, and to set up the Spyder X driver. So if you have a JVC NX line of projectors, you likely have the Spyder X colorimeter used for calibrating your JVC projector using JVC's free AutoCal software. But you may not know that HCFR can be used not only to calibrate your display as well, which I'm still learning, and I won't get into calibrating using HCFR in this video. Look for a future video on that topic. But in this video, we will go over how to get your Spyder X configured with HCFR so you can take on-the-fly luminance measurements of your projector screen, your monitor, your TV, whatever display device you have. You can use HCFR and your Spyder X colorimeter to pop off on the fly luminance readings to see how that display is aging over time, specifically in the case of lamp-based bulb projectors like the JVC NX line. So let's get into it. First thing we want to do is download HCFR, but it is not the one you want to download from their main SourceForge project homepage. It is not intuitive. The one that is there on their primary homepage does not support the Spyder X. And this is where I think many folks get lost, myself included. If you download this version, you are not going to be able to install your Spyder X driver and make it compatible with this version of the software. You need the fork in the project created by this user BBERU. So scroll down, click on this fellow's name, and this will take you to the fork in the project that this individual has created that adds the support of the Spyder X colorimeter. So this is the version that you want to download. With that zip file now downloaded, let's go ahead and extract both the exe and the MSI files. Once we do, let's fire up that exe. And one of the things you'll notice right away when running setup is that it's in the French language. That's okay. We can get through here if you just follow along with what I'm selecting here as far as accepting the license agreement and whatnot. You will be given the choice to switch over to English language if that is your preference upon first launch of the software once it's installed here. So not to worry, we'll get through it. I haven't yet come across the English version of this fork by default. It just defaults to the French language version, but again, if you follow along here, I will show you which settings to click or which options to click so that you can get through this install. These blank screens are just the user access control menus popping up on my Windows machine, asking me if I want to proceed with the install, and of course I do. And so here we go. When we launch it after the install, you can choose English as your primary language. All right, so with the software out of the way now, we need to install our Spyder X driver. So that starts with, of course, plugging the device into your Windows computer of choice. Windows will automatically detect this as a USB device. We want to fire up Device Manager, go down to that USB device, select our data color Spyder X, and tell it that we have a disk for our driver. We don't want to use the built-in Windows driver for this device because HCFR will not detect it. So we browse to our INF driver file. I'm using the Argyle to CMS version here, but you can absolutely use the one that's built into HCFR, the one we downloaded at the outset of this video. But you will encounter the following error, and this is because Windows is enforcing driver signatures. And because this Spyder X driver is not signed, Windows sees it as a potential threat and will not allow you to install it. So we need to disable driver signature enforcement, which is the next step. To disable driver signature enforcement, we go down to our Start button here, click the power button, and we want to hold down our Shift key while we press on the Restart button. This is going to restart the machine with specific troubleshooting options. And that's what we want. So don't mind this pop-up I'm getting here. It's just asking me if I want to close these two apps before restarting. So yes, I do. So still pressing the Shift key, and you will get the following. You are asked to select one of these options. We want to go down to Troubleshoot, and then Advanced Options. And within Advanced Options, we want Startup Settings. And this is where it tells you you can disable driver signature enforcement upon next reboot. So click on the restart button here. And the next time the computer reboots, this is a one-time setting. It's per restart, if you will. So once we change it here, it will re-enable itself upon next reboot, which is good. We want that additional security. We're only disabling it for this particular launch so we can install the driver. So on this particular screen, the startup settings screen, we want to press number 7 on our keyboard. We want to disable driver signature enforcement. With our machine rebooted once again, we want to go back into Device Manager and perform the exact same steps we did previously when it comes to installing the driver in Device Manager. So again, I'm browsing my computer for drivers. I'm browsing to the particular Spyder X Argyle driver, whether it's standalone or again inside of your directory for HCFR. And this time we are not presented with that error. We are presented with a warning. This warning asks us if we want to install this driver anyway, which is exactly what we want to do. We believe it's safe. We want to install it. So click that and you are presented with a successful screen, which is exactly what we want and what we were not getting previously until we disabled driver signature enforcement. All right, and now that we have both the HCFR software and our Spyder X colorimeter successfully installed, let's launch HCFR. Click on the New button, click on Next, and you will see you are presented with the Data Color Spyder X as a detected meter. All right, so there you have it, folks. That is how to install the Spyder X driver with HCFR on Windows. Now, as I stated at the outset, I am still learning how to use the software as far as calibrating and taking luminance readings. I did a very quick capture of an LCD TV, an old ass LCD TV that I have upstairs, and here are the results that it produced. There are many settings within HCFR. I don't know if these settings are appropriate for taking simple luminance readings or if they're more appropriate when doing a full-on calibration. For example, take notice of the white space setting. You can have a 16 to 235 or a 0 to 255 color space. Now, this is important because when you take a luminance reading off of your projector screen, for example, you want to use likely a white pattern that is produced by ideally a Spears and Munsell or a calibration specific disc that can provide a 100% white image on your screen to take that luminance reading. We typically don't project HCFR's image onto our screen and then take a reading of its own white provided card, if you will. And that's because we have less control, or it's more challenging to control in that entire chain of devices what that color space is. So is your graphics card putting out 16 to 235, 16 to 255, or 0 to 255? We have to configure that. You want to keep the same color values across that chain. And so in my opinion, it's just much easier to project a pure white image using a calibration disc because really you only have to control 2 devices. So in my case, my Panasonic UB820, I can tell it to display in that 16 to 235 color space, which is what Blu-rays are really mastered in. And then I can tell the JVC to also project only in that color space. So that gives me only 2 points of configuration versus if you're displaying HCFR's output onto your screen and then using that to calibrate or to take a luminance reading off of your projector screen, you have to ensure your computer is outputting 16 to 235. So you may have to dig around the computer, the video card settings in order to do that. And that's challenging and not homogeneous across the entire Windows landscape, as you can imagine. So it's just much easier, I think, to put up a pure 100% white image using your display calibration disk, for example. So that's it. HCFR is a wonderful and free tool, but it is complicated. And so I'm still learning. There's a lot to learn. So it won't be my next video, but down the road, I intend to do a calibration video using HCFR. So thank you all for watching. If you derived any value from this video and want to see me produce some more like this, please like and please do subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video.